Good day, gentlemen. What's cracking? Akshat here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about how to bowl the in-swinger as a left-arm fast bowler. This is episode number 13 in the how-to series of my channel. So, like always, we'll be going through three really important or extremely important fundamentals of in-swing bowling. I will also show you guys detailed analysis of my live example. So I'll bowl live balls out here in the nets, and you guys, for you guys, and then we'll show you. I'll slowly break it down, get a bit of slow-mo and talk about the three fundamentals, but within our live sort of bowling example. And then to cap the video off, we'll talk about extremely important drills you can implement into your game in order to fix if you can't swing the ball back in, or if you're trying to get that surprise element. We'll implement that in our drills. So stick around for the full video, as I'm pretty sure you guys will get something out of it. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Rightio, so fundamentals. The three important fundamentals that we're going to look at today for our in-swing bowling is fundamental number one is going to be our wrist position. When I talk about wrist position, I'm also going to be talking about ball grip, and we're going to be talking about our hand position of what sort of angle do we keep our wrist and our hand in order to swing the ball back in. That's fundamental number one. Fundamental number two would be your arm rotation and your non-bowling arm. What's the benefit, how that helps you try and swing the ball back in. And the third one will be your release point. At what position do you release the ball? How can you manipulate your fingers and your, in a way, your wrist positions in order to get late swing, early swing off the wicket. So obviously fundamental number one and fundamental number three are quite interrelated. So that's another, in a way, option you guys can have. So let's start with fundamental number. Rightio. So when we talk about wrist position, number one, and it's different for every bowler is very different. Let's talk about your ball placement in your hand. Personally for me, what I like doing when I'm trying to swing the ball back in is, if I've got the ball here, so let's just start like that, right? So if I'm here, I usually like to not have my fingers spread out wide, but I like to have it nice and close together. My wrist is always like this, right here. I'll never cock my wrist like that or like that. It's always here. And with my ball placement, I place the ball, if it's straight, a lot of people, they like to have it like that, and they produce the ball in that sort of fashion, which then comes back down your fingers and rolls through, swings back in. For me, with my release point, I like to have my ball about, if I have a leg slip there, worst case, fine leg. So something like that. Place it behind. I like to think that I can see sort of the stitching around here. If you guys could see properly, the stitching here, that tells me this is an ideal position for me to try and swing the ball back in. This index finger here rests here. This finger just like floats. So this is my best position to swing the ball back in. I'm here. With my wrist position, I like to cock it backwards. Not there, not there. Here, there. That gives me the best position to come down and release the ball in that fashion, which then, so when I release it, I cock my wrist forward. So when that happens, the ball comes down in that sort of fashion, swings back in. So there, as you can see, there. So that's basically how my wrist position works and where I would place the ball in my wrist. Fundamental one done. Let's go on to the next fundamental. Rightio, so fundamental number two now are load up arm position and our non-bowling arm. When we talk about in-swing bowling, personally for me, I've always experimented at what height do I bring my left arm up as I load up. So usually I used to be at here, this arm used to not go as far and used to come here, and I used to open up and bowl like that. That gave me a lot of back problems, so over the last couple of years I've been working really hard to bring my arm out. Obviously, as mentioned, fundamental number one, cock it back up there and just bring your arm here. Here, this arm comes towards almost fourth stump of a batter, so that if I'm bowling in this angle right here, let's say this comes here, this arm needs to make sure you've got your shoulder to be as side on as possible. So you're here. If you look at the batter from this side of your hand, that tells me you're in a really good position to come down and swing the ball back. When you come down and swing the ball back in, you're gonna make sure that here, and your arm is, your path of your arm is gonna come down, almost go all the way back towards your side screen. So there, and you release the ball in that fashion, making sure you cock your wrist at point of release. So explain it one more time. We're here, come back and finish through, making sure we drive our arms through and drive this back leg across. So one more slow-mo, we go. There you go. So fundamental number 2, making sure arm is here. This arm gets out towards fourth stump and you see the batter from this side of your hand rather than from this side. So there, bang. Fundamental 2 done. Let's go on to the final fundamental now. So talking about the third fundamental now, this is going to be our release point and how that benefits us trying to get that ball to curve back into a right-handed batsman. So if we talk about a release point, what we've been talking about the first 2 fundamentals is there, bang. At our release point, let's come a bit closer, our release point needs to be, if we analyze like a big clock, like an analog clock. So if we talk about our release point, 10 p.m, 11 p.m, 12 p.m. At 12 p.m, from this position, it's very hard to get the ball to curve back in. We see, if we talk about Shaheen Shah Afridi, he's a really good example that he releases the ball quite out here, but his wrist position has been implemented in such a way that he can swing the ball from in this position at 12 o'clock, like that, in swing pace. Obviously, he's a professional cricketer, he's been working on this for years, so like I said before, every bowler is very different. So if you're a beginner learning how to swing the ball and you want to practice it the natural way, if we look at who are the bowlers, Chaman Nawaz, Mitchell Stark, Irfan Pathan from India as well, he was very good. His release point was always around between 10 to 11 p.m. on the clock. That is your ideal position to release the ball, knowing that you've done everything else correct, which is there, this arm here, there. Your success rate of swinging the ball back in rapidly increases, which then could give you that killer in swing, which swings really late and bounces and comes back in, hits them in the pad or hits them in the wicket and away. So your ideal release point should be here at around 10 to 11 p.m. You can come down and finish through. 3 fundamentals done. I wanted to talk about one more thing in swing bowling, is your natural variation. You see, as a left-handed fast bowler, your natural angle is going to be balls going across the right-handed batter. There is going to be instances, and I'll show you in my real-time live examples as well when I was bowling, I found so many balls where I've done almost everything correct. My release point's about between 11 and 12 p.m. I've got the ball to curve back in, but there's been instances where I've done everything correct and I've been in a really good position to swing the ball back in, but sometimes, obviously you can't control everything in cricket, the ball doesn't want to swing back and it just naturally keeps going in that angle. That's called your natural variation. That could be a very, in a way, important ball for left-arm fast bowlers to have. Obviously, if you think about, as a batter, because I'm an all-rounder, as a batter, if I'm batting and I see a left-handed bowler, even bowl, let's just say he bowls a turnover spell, even if one ball swings back in like rapidly, at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, he's got that big in-swinger in him. And if I bowl that one in-swinger early, or if any bowler bowls that one big hooping in-swinger early in his spell, and then he just doesn't wish to bowl and it keeps going with a natural angle, at some point, that batter is going to think, oh shit, he's got that big in-swing going to come and hit me in the pad. So that is a very good benefit of, as a left-arm fast bowler, you've got that natural angle, which takes the ball away from the right-hander, which then increases the chances of nipping off. So if you get everything in the right position, your arm and your release point is at around 10 to 11 p.m. and the ball doesn't swing, that's okay, because sooner or later one ball will come back and he'll keep looking to play for the in-swing, and then one ball will look to go for the big drive and it will nick off and get out. So here's some breakdown analysis of some live examples of me bowling. Show that now. Rightio guys, so here's the live examples of my bowling. For this first example, you can see my load up right here, next to my ear, not too far. I haven't really looked at the batter with my right hand, hasn't come across a lot, but my wrist position was good and you could see the ball swing back in. Second example here, this is the natural variation I was talking about. As you can see, I try to swing it back in, but it just goes with the angle. Nice load up, arm comes through, nice good wrist position, maybe release it at about, what's that, 11 and 12 p.m. between that, but as you can see, the ball went in a natural angle across. This next one was probably the best one I've bowled out of the lot. As you can see, nice in swing, good load up again. This one was heading towards fourth stump, swings back, hits off stump. Beautiful ball. This next example is also a beautiful one. As you can see, with the load up, nice and high, arm comes across nicely, release point is about 11 p.m, angles across, little swing, hits top of middle. Another example of a natural variation right here. Everything looks perfect, intended to swing back, but goes on with the angle, bounces and goes across. One last example right here. As you can see, very nice seam position, pointing towards fine leg, goes intended to go towards fourth stump, swings back, hits off stump. Real time live bowling done and dusted. Let's move on to the drills now. Drill number 1, we'll be talking about our release point. Show you what I mean now. Main focus here is working on a release point and seeing our seam presentation. If our seam presentation and if our hand ball comes back down like that, so something like this, I think you guys can see properly, but something like that, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for something like this where the seam position has been tilted towards fine leg and we release the point around 10 to 11 p.m. Even if you release it here, as long as you've got that smooth motion of ball coming or intending to come back in, that's what we want. Show you a few more examples. You can also try different coloured balls. We've got an orange ball, I've got some red balls. I'll show you one with the orange ball. So here, wrist position, you can maybe see the seam around there, bang, we go up. Drill number 1 done, let's go on to the next drill now. So second drill, we'll be working on this arm here. So what you got to do is stand up, load up here, and just work on that. Just work on that there. So you're here, bang, you're there. Just work on that. Bang, bang. So you could look at the batter from this side of your hand and just work there. So this is the first part of second drill. We're just here, bang, bang. Next part, so that's part 1, and then part 2 of the second drill would be implementing from here, there, practice that. So bang, bang. That way we're implementing this arm. When it comes back down, it goes all the way back towards the side screen, rather than the arm going there or coming down and releasing in that fashion. So this, here, bang. One more. Cool. So for drill number 3, we're just going to implement the 2 things that we've done: release point, cocking your wrist here, and getting this arm to come across. So if you're feeling confident from the start, maybe add a little run up, but if you're not, just a little walk through, get everything back or get everything right in that position and swing the ball back in. Show you guys what I mean now. There you go guys, so that's 3 drills done, 3 fundamentals done. So if you guys enjoyed this sort of content, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully I helped a lot of people with this video. Obviously if we think about it, this could implement with right-handed bowlers as well, trying to swing the ball away from the right-hander. So I'm pretty sure this has helped a lot of people. If it has, please comment down below if there's anything else you would like to see. But other than that, I will see you in the next video.